Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us. This presentation is about certificates of deposits, also known as a CD. And before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that like button so we can continue to bring you great content and so you can be notified as soon as new videos release. Today, I will be covering what a CD is, how it works, the risks and benefits of the product, and where to further research CDs to find one that fits your investment objective and goals. A certificate of deposit is an investment product offered by banks, credit unions, and brokers that provide customers an interest rate return in exchange for agreeing to deposit a lump sum cash amount that must remain untouched for a predetermined term length. So right away, I want to note that CDs fall on the low risk, low return end of the spectrum and is considered a conservative investment since it protects your cash deposit from any downside risk. So this really is an investment that protects against inflation while providing returns that are higher than your standard bank account. CDs pay a set interest rate on money deposited. And some key terms to understand is the APR, which is a fixed amount of interest paid in 1 year. And so the higher the APR, the more beneficial it will be to your investment. The other term is the API, which is just the amount of interest paid in a year when compound interest is taken into account over the long term. So some of the common terms for the term of a CD are 3 months, 6, 9, 12, 18, 24, 36, 48, all the way up to 60 months, which is a 5-year term. So how does a CD work? Opening a CD is very similar to opening any standard bank account and can be done in person or online from the bank's website. After you've done all your research and identified which CDs fit your goals, buying a CD will lock you into 4 things. So the first thing is the institution. Once you purchase a CD from a certain institution, the investment will stay with that institution for the term of the CD. So where you decide to open your CD is important. The second key feature that you get locked into is the principal. And the principal is just the amount you agree to deposit when you open your CD. And so naturally, the higher your investment and the higher your deposit, then the larger your return will be, since the interest rate will be applied to a larger amount of capital. The third thing that you will get locked into is the term. The term is just the length of time that you agree to leave your money with the bank until what's called the maturity date. And the maturity date is just a term that defines the end of your investment and the date when you can withdraw your funds penalty-free. And last, the last item that you get locked into is the interest rate. The interest rate is fixed for the term of the deposit, and the bank cannot lower it. So it's important to understand that the bank cannot later change the rate and therefore reduce your earnings, regardless of what happens in the interest rate markets or any changes that are made in the interest rate during the course of a year. So now that we understand how a CD works, what are the benefits and risks in investing in a CD? Well, first of all, CDs are a good choice for conservative investors because the money in a CD never decreases and it has low downside risk. CDs offer and lock in 100% safety of principal. It really is a low-risk place to park cash and has higher yields than bank accounts. And like I mentioned before, the larger the initial deposit or the longer the investment term that you agree to up front, then the higher the interest rate that is usually offered as part of the CD offer. Another benefit of investing in a safe investment like a certificate of deposit is that your investment is protected and insured by what's called the FDIC guarantee. And many of you may be familiar with FDIC because it's the same guarantee that is protecting your checking and savings account at your bank. And what this does is just guarantee that in the event of any type of bank failure, that your initial deposit will be guaranteed. So what are some of the downsides with the CD? Well, the inherent safety of a CD and the short-term nature of a CD means yields on CDs tend to be lower than other higher risk investments. And so this is just the typical trade-off between safety and rewards. Investing in a CD ties up capital that could get higher returns elsewhere, for example, in other investments such as stocks, bonds, options, cryptocurrency, or more aggressive investments. CDs earn a fixed rate of return, and even if rates rise during the term, you will still be locked into the fixed rate that was agreed upon at the beginning of your investment. And so if the Fed decides to raise interest rates, then your CD will not be able to benefit from that increase because the CD is a fixed rate investment, and that rate will be locked in for the life of the term. And another downside is that there are penalties for early withdrawal, so that's something that you want to keep in mind, that if you do have an emergency or a situation where you need to withdraw funds from your account, there will be penalties that will be charged. There are no penalty CDs that are available in the market, but most standard CDs have early withdrawal penalties, which are referred to as EWPs. And the other downside of a CD is that CDs have low liquidity and they're taxable as income. So there are secondary market CDs which are available from brokers that have high liquidity, and that is a topic that I will be covering in a follow-up video, which will be a part 2 to this one. So you've done your due diligence, you've done your research, you understand the risks and the benefits associated with CDs, and now you want to find out where you can invest in a CD. So many financial institutions offer CDs, and most of them have a large menu of terms on offer. And so it is key to do proper research and shop for the best one that fits your goals. CDs are available in person or online at banks, credit unions, and online brokerages. And many customers will prefer to buy CDs from a local bank or one they have an existing account with where they feel comfortable opening up additional accounts. It is smart, however, to investigate offerings online, because by investigating and researching CDs online, you may find rates and how they will compare with the ones that your bank has to offer. In many cases, better rates can be found online and outside your personal bank because of the fact that there are so many online that you would be able to compare all at one time. And it's also important to note that top paying CDs in the country typically pay 3 to 5 times the average rate. So doing your homework on the best options is a key factor in how much returns that you can generate by making the right selection in your CD. So now what you're looking at, it's not a comprehensive list, but this is a list of some well-known and reputable institutions that offer CDs. And if you look at the list, you can see that there are some very well-known money center retail banks such as Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and HSBC. And there are also brokers such as Schwab and Fidelity and TD Ameritrade that offer secondary market CDs. So these are just some of the reputable firms that you can go to their bank's website and find detailed info about the particular CDs that they have to offer and inquire about them either by contacting an agent or signing up for an account completely online. So be sure to look out for our part 2 video on CDs, which will cover the many different types of CDs that are available. We will also cover the difference between standard CDs and secondary market CDs, which are the ones that are available for online brokers and are more liquid than standard CDs. We'll also show you how to use online tools to help you filter and find the right one that fits your goal and criteria and help you to select a CD that's going to be one that fits your profile. So that's our presentation on certificates of deposits. I hope that you found that helpful. No one else will manage your investments better than you. So always be sure to do your due diligence because your investment in the time will always pay off. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video. Have an amazing day.